Hey guys, it's Vert here, coming with the Archer skills. Just gonna do a quick run through, show you guys what has forward guard, super armor, CCs, etc. so you can get that jump start against all others. Alright, let's run through the skills.
Light it up.
Awakening. There's a few skills we can't get at the moment because you can't actually finish the level 56 quest on the global test server. So we can show you what we have. Obviously C is going to be the swap. There's no forward guard on this. And there's no super armor. Light's path is going to be your RMB. It has a 100% crit rate and it applies ×2 of that damage. Next, we're going to go over Great Bow Training. This is just going to be your LMB. It gives +8 AP for 10 seconds on the second hit. It looks something like this. Just a basic auto attack. That gives a nice little AP buff. Let's get into the heavy hitters. Radiant Explosion. This is going to be your shift LMB. Looks like this. It's going to have a closer range, but it is super armor to protect you and also applies a -15 DP shred for 10 seconds on your opponent. It does have down attack, but no hard CC for PvP. Next, we're going to go over Spear of Slivia, or Slivia. This skill is going to give you some HP recovery. It's going to give the opponent a -3% evasion rate, but keep in mind, this skill gives you a -10 DP debuff while using. So if you look down here, you're gonna see -10 DP while using this skill. So it's nice to chain that super armor, but be careful because you are putting yourself in a vulnerable state. Next skill is gonna be Luthragon's Call. This is going to be your long range snipe. There's two different ways that you can cast this. You can either just shift R&B right away, let it go. That's going to give you the first number, which is the hit damage before charge is complete. The second number, hit damage after charge is complete. Obviously you can see it does hit harder. The skill has 100% crit, forward guard, and knockback on good hit. It increases range while charging, but while you charge it, it consumes 100 stam. So we'll show you the attack range on this skill. It's actually quite disgusting. We'll charge it up all the way, let it go. Knocks back that NPC from there. We could probably even get more distance on it. So still knocks back the NPC from there to the point where we can't even see the NPC after it got knocked back. Let's try it again from here. Barely in render. Does not connect. Okay, so you can see from about right here, that is the range. Full charge, get the knockback. Absolutely insane range. Something to keep in mind, this skill does not work at all if you're higher or lower on the Z axis, and I will show you that now. So we'll aim directly at this NPC, and it shoots clear over his head. Next skill we're going to cover is going to be Full Bloom. This is going to be your Shift E. That has a 100% crit rate. It's going to give your opponent a -10% move speed debuff for 10 seconds. Has a knockback in PvE, knockdown in PvP. It's going to fire off 2 quick shots looking something like this. Very good AoE, as you can tell. Pretty interesting skill. It does have the same problem as Luthragon's Call, where it does not handle the Z axis at all. You can see as we aim down at the NPC and fire it off, it obviously goes right over his head. Next skill we're going to cover is going to be Uproot. This is going to be your back F, and if you hit back F again, you actually get a further leap. You have to be careful using this though, because it does not apply any sort of CC protection, but it does have a float on it in case you're up close and personal for whatever reason. So it's going to look like this: back F again for that little leap. Pretty interesting. Again, It's not safe, but you can do something like this where you back F, shift back, and it'll give you a nice bit of distance. The next skill, we actually can't cover it because you need to do the 56 quest, and again, we can't do that yet, but it's going to be Piercing Light. This skill looks like it's a long range nuke, has super armor while charging, and knockdown on good hits. Looks like a very long cast time. Again, it increases attack range while charging, and it is affected by your E-buff, as is Luthorgon's Call. We'll come back to that in a second though. As you can see, there's quite a bit of flows that we can't use yet. They look very interesting, and I'm excited to use them when the class goes live on December 12th. But we'll go over them real quick. Guiding Light, Righteous Smite. This is actually a flow for this flow. Next we have Ultimate Zephyr Leap. It's going to be a nice little leap back. It has a forward guard and it has a stiff on it. We have low sweep at the moment, which is going to be your F skill. Water bow. This is going to be your F skill. You can use it to cancel into Luthorgon's Call again. So quite a few skills that can cancel the long windup. Next is going to be Light's Mark. This is actually a very interesting skill. This is going to fire an arrow at a hidden enemy to bring them out of the shadows. So on good hits, the target cannot hide his name. So ghillie suits, it's going to reveal their name. And then the second part is on good hits, the target cannot be invisible for 10 seconds. So ninjas, kunos, you hit them with this skill, they're stuck. They can't go invis. It's actually really interesting. A really cool mechanic. It's on a 25-second cooldown, and it's going to be fired off your quick slots. Next skill is going to be Tactical Strike. This skill has a knockdown on the first good hit and an iframe for the roll, but you actually get locked into animation after the roll. So I don't think this is going to be used too much. We'll see though. Next up is going to be Ravenous Talon. It's going to be your forward F with your bow. It does give you a stun, which is really nice for comboing. Looks like a longer animation, but again, stun, longest standing CC in the game, and it'll give you a lot of opportunities and options to combo off of. Last, we're gonna have Glissade. This is gonna be your forward R&B. Again, a very cool looking skill. It gives you forward guard throughout the whole thing and a knockdown. Applies down attack and air attack. And as you can see in the video, it looks like it covers quite a bit of distance. Next, we're going to talk about Righteous Fire. I'm not 100% sure how this skill works. It looks like it's a passive that applies to multiple skills, but I'm not sure if it's while you're in your E-buff or just all the time when you have this unlocked. Next, we're going to talk about the E-buff. The E-buff, very interesting. Seems incredibly strong for the Archer class. It's going to give you plus 15% down attack, back attack, and critical hit damage for 30 seconds. It's going to give you 100% critical rate for 30 seconds. All resist 30% for 30 seconds. Super armor when you activate the skill, not for the entire duration. And then it also allows for Piercing Light and Luthorgon's Call to be used instantly without charging. So these are your two hard-hitting long-range nukes, and it's going to allow you to insta-cast them, both with 100% critical rate and 15% increased critical damage. So that's going to be incredibly strong. Yo guys, this is the Archer 100% Awaken skill. This is the 200%. Here we go. If there's no more questions, we will be playing this class. We are re-rolling to it. Hopefully we get the coupons that'll allow us to throw all of our pens onto the Archer class and go live with the 283 AP Archer. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Peace.